Hello, hello, and welcome back. It is step number 3 in your steps for success here on our team at Olive Tree People to get you onboarded, to get you launched, and beyond. So in this video, I will walk you through a simple strategy to really help you overcome overwhelm and honestly embody who you need to be in order to achieve your goals. So it's time to take action. We have worked on our vision, our belief, and now we're going to start to get into action. So this is the part where I see a lot of women procrastinate. I see a lot of women talking about what they want, daydreaming about what they want, writing down their goals. But I see a lot of women procrastinating by keeping themselves busy, doing a million other things like organizing, planning, or overkilling, all of those areas that aren't actually getting you into action to move the needle forward. And they're doing that as a means to honestly avoid doing the work because sometimes maybe the action steps subconsciously or consciously scare you, maybe putting yourself out there with the content or the conversations, maybe that scares you a little bit. So you might find yourself distracting yourself by trying to have a perfectly organized planner, or you're going on the social media scroll hole, possibly getting stuck in the comparison trap. Or believe it or not, I can't tell you how many times I find that women are doing the laundry, doing the dishes, or cleaning their house when they actually time blocked that they were going to be working their business at that time. So that's just another form of procrastination and avoiding doing the work that you know that you need to do to grow your business. So if that is you, or has been you, or you have find yourself doing that in the future, I want you to go back to your belief. I want you to go back to your vision, but mostly your belief, because it's really kind of just a mindset where you're lacking that belief in yourself. And I need you to believe in yourself, believe in this process, because I'm telling you that no matter what business you are building, and no matter how many tens of thousands of dollars that you pay someone like a coach or a mentor, these are the foundational steps that need to happen. Look, this process is literally just being given to you, and it could easily go on to be sold for thousands of dollars to other network marketers. Truly, like, we didn't have to give this to you. I'm telling you that this process and the content inside of here is a compilation of things that I have learned over investing more than $50,000 into business mentorship, masterminds, and programs from my mentors who have been featured on things like TED Talks, global magazines, top podcasts, etc. Like, I truly have learned from the best, and I do not say that to impress you. I say that to impress upon you the value that you are being given for free by being a part of our team, because we genuinely just want you to succeed and achieve your goals without feeling that overwhelm or confusion about what you actually have to do to build a business here. Whether you have experience or whether you don't, this is the process that you want to go through, okay? Now, just because we may say, yes, I believe in myself, I believe in these products, I believe in this opportunity, that does not mean that this is going to be easy. This business is extremely simple, but that doesn't always mean it's going to be easy, right? We have to get out of our comfort zone. We will face rejection no matter what level of the company that you're at. We will continuously have to learn. We will continuously have to embody being courageous in whatever action that we are doing at whatever level, if you want to even call it levels. I don't even like using that terminology, but we will have to embody courage, pressing send on that message, or making that phone call, or sending the invite, because we don't get from where we are to where we want to go by simply just believing and having a vision and having goals, right? Every single individual that we admire and that we respect has walked in those shoes of having to get uncomfortable, having the courage to get uncomfortable, have the conversations, make the content, send the invites, do the follow-ups, host a glow workshop or opportunity event. So yeah, you're right. There's no guarantee that people are going to show up. There's no guarantee that it will be successful. The first time I ever had a party, I hosted a party in network marketing. It was a 31 party, those bags. I didn't make one sale, but I kept showing up And eventually I quit that business, but it's the point, right? Consistency is key. No matter what you are working towards, you have to be consistent. Okay. Most of the time, planning ahead, planning your content, planning your customer journey, planning your goals, planning glow workshop parties, planning ahead. That is the key to staying consistent. So when you have a goal and you take the deadline out of the equation, yes, having a deadline on your goals is really, really important. But when you have a big, big goal, say you're just getting started and you're like, yeah, I want to hit President Olive Star. Take the deadline out of that equation, because then failure disappears. It is a no matter what. I am going to stay consistent in my business no matter what. I might want to hit that in 6 months or 12 months and it doesn't happen. I don't care. I'm going to keep going, right? Don't be afraid to move your goals along your timeline, because if you stay consistent and you believe in yourself, you cannot fail. You cannot fail. The only failure is not like failure is quitting, right? We either learn or we fail forward. Because as a business owner and just as a human in general, you may get overwhelmed by the thought of building your business and doing the income producing activities. You may get overwhelmed trying to think that everything has to be perfect. But I'm here to tell you that number one, and this may be triggering to some of us, it was triggering for me once upon a time, but overwhelm is a choice. You have the choice to be overwhelmed or not. Okay. And more importantly, number two is that messy action is key. Okay. You have to learn to take action, because if we keep circling the mountain, and maybe you kind of always find yourself back sort of in that mindset of, I'm just going to focus on selling the product because the business opportunity makes you uncomfortable. Or I'm just going to focus on posting and praying on social media because reaching out to people makes you uncomfortable. That is not going to get you to where you want to go next. Or maybe instead of showing up for your business at all, you think that you need to watch all the trainings and perfectly organize your planner. That's not going to get you to where you want to go. It's about messy action. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I hope you're ready. We're going to do this activity that I firmly believe in and I fully embody for years and years and years now. And it is truly what I attribute to a lot of my success. And that is that we are going to act as if. Okay. Now, when I was getting started in business in my first year or two, I had this vision, these goals of, growing my business to helping at least 100 women in their health, launching a podcast, doing all these things, right? I had this vision and I wanted it to happen, but I was really, really afraid of putting out there and speaking it into existence what I wanted to do. And it was about 18 months into my business, and I hired another business coach. She was also a life coach, and she helped me to understand this concept of my higher self. And now I call my higher self her. Acting as her is the idea that I was introduced to. And also one of my favorite sayings, one of my other mentors did a TED talk that's really, really, really good on this, but it's all about be, do, have. And you may have heard of that before, maybe not. I highly recommend checking out that TED talk. I'll actually link it in our Trello board for you, where she really expands on how we get it backwards as humans. Most of us get it backwards, where we're like, oh, well, when I finally have the success, when I finally reach the goal, when I finally have the fancy house, when I have the thing, then I can be happy. Then I could be fill in the blank. So it's we get it backwards. When I have this, then I can be. When I have money, then I can feel abundant, for example. But that's backwards, because in order to get what you want, you must first be the person who already has those things. And think about what that person or what that version of you would be doing to achieve their outcome. What would that version of yourself be doing in their day-to-day activities, right? Who is that higher version of yourself being, who already has the things that you want to have, right? I hope that makes sense. So feel free to revisit your vision for this exercise. Having that vision of who you want to be, how you want to feel when you achieve your goals, and who's going to be a part of your journey. You need to understand that your vision of your identity of that higher version of yourself, combined with your beliefs, that is what's going to influence your behaviors. That is what's going to influence you getting into action and how you're showing up, and the confidence and the way that, you put your shoulders back and you smile. That is ultimately going to lead to the results and the outcomes that you experience. So if you want to dive a little bit deeper into that be, do, have concept, I linked in our Trello board a quick TED talk that one of my friends and mentors, Rebecca Cafiero, did. But also the book, it is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, I believe is how you say his name. He dives deep into that life coaching model. It is a widely known life coaching model. And this is really important in helping us to create those act as if affirmations, because they need to be unique to you. To act as if and start taking action towards your goals, you need to do that before you feel ready. You need to embody that before you are ready, right? When you know what you want, let's say, for example, I know that I want to be at the top of the company. I know that I want to be a President Olive Star. But I might sit here and say, well, I'm not there yet. So I say, okay, well, how does that higher version of myself who is at the top of the company, who is she? How does she act? What does she do? How does she show up for her business every day? Right? Well, I know that she's not afraid to invite people that she thinks would make great team members in her business. I know that she's not afraid to share her story on social media. I know that she's not afraid to host monthly opportunity events or glow workshops. I know that she follows up with people. She positions herself as somebody who can help you, not just with the products, but also as a business mentor or somebody that can help them. So I made this list of behaviors that a top earner, a top performer in the company does. And I literally use this as my bookmark. I don't have it next to me right now, whether it's in my journal or in my planner. Usually it's in my journal, but I see that bookmark every single morning before I touch my phone, before I respond to emails, before I respond to the world, as much as humanly possible, let me just say. But I read my affirmations of, I am a top recruiter. I am top in the industry. I am, an excellent leader. I am a President Olive Star. All these things. And then I would say, well, what are the actions that I need to be putting in my calendar that are aligned with me being her? Okay. Well, I'm going to invite so-and-so today who is in my customer group. You know what? So-and-so has been on my mind, and I'm going to go ahead and reach out to her because she's amazing and she has great energy, and I would love her to be a part of my team. I'm going to go on my social media today and give advice about X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to position myself as the expert. And I'm going to have a call to action today in my stories, right? And so I would always be saying, my aligned actions. What are my aligned actions to the goal that I want to accomplish? Am I acting as if? So then I would tell myself, well, a confident recruiter isn't afraid to invite. She's going to go out there regardless of what people say to her. A confident leader doesn't wait. She doesn't procrastinate. She gets right in there and she takes action. And so while some people, they just want to dive in and get right into action, I know that when we are not being intentional and we are not acknowledging everything that we are talking about here together, that growth is a lot harder. It's a lot harder to be consistent. It's a lot harder to be committed when you can really honestly come up with a million reasons why you couldn't show up for your business today. I could have easily said, you know what? I did not feel like recording this training today for my team because, y'all, I'm in my first trimester of pregnancy. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm forgetful. I'm nauseous, all the things. But the very reasons why I'm building this business, my vision, my belief in my vision and my team and myself and these products and this opportunity, I'm reminding myself every single day of my why, of my vision, and of my act as if affirmations. And that is what allows me to show up consistently. It's not because anybody was born with confidence or anything like that. Like, these are the steps that highly successful people take. And there are so many books that you can read if this is something that is brand new to you, or even if it's not. Like, I will never stop reading those books because you always learn something new. And so that's what I want you to do today. I want you to, if you want to become a confident recruiter, if you want to become a top earner, heck, if you just want to focus on making an extra $1,000 a month right now, whatever it is, I want you to just put a stake in the ground. Maybe it's a sticky note on your bathroom mirror. Maybe it's the screensaver on your phone. Maybe it's making a new vision board, right? And writing, I confidently bring in X amount of exciting teamwork or team members every single month. I am a confident leader. I am building a thriving business. Okay. Spend some time creating some affirmations that are true and aligned for you and your vision. Okay. They have to ring true for you. I hate those willy-nilly affirmations that people will share, and it's just like, okay, that doesn't really feel aligned for me, right? So make affirmations that are aligned for you. And then say to yourself, how does that person act? Make a list of qualities that higher version of you has. And when you sit down to do your business, make sure you're picking from that list. Make sure you're reading those every single day so that you can embody her, that higher version of yourself. And that's how you show up in your day. You're acting as if it has already happened, expressing gratitude because you know if it's on your heart and on your mind and that's what your goal is, you know it's already waiting for you. And what will eventually happen, not immediately, maybe not even in the first week or two, but what's going to start to happen is your energy is going to change. Okay. People are going to start to notice this shift in you, your confidence and your glowing skin, of course. They're going to notice that when you talk about your business and the products that you're actually excited about it because you know that you know where you're going and you're creating confidence through messy action. And eventually momentum is going to build. People are going to start to become more interested. They're going to lean in and they're going to ask questions. And one day you're going to turn around and be like, wow, I did it. I achieved my goals. I was able to confidently recruit people to my team month over month, and I built my team. And maybe you find yourself earning your trip to Spain, not because you're naturally confident, but because and not because you naturally, have good recruitment skills or you're the best at social media just naturally, but because you acted as if and you practiced and it was imperfect action over time. And that is what is going to bring you the success that you desire. And I can promise you that. I can promise you that. So here's your assignment. I want you to sit down and I want you to say, okay, what is my vision? What are my goals? What are my aligned affirmations? Maybe there's a list of 2, 5, 10, whatever. And then I want you to say, okay, my affirmations are going to help me embody being her. Okay, remember that be, do, have. So if I'm being her, like who is she? What are the list of things that I have to do so that I can become a confident recruiter or a confident business builder? Does she time block her calendar? Or maybe, she's letting her family or her partner know, like, hey, these are my goals right now. This is my vision. This is what I want. And so I'm sorry, but instead of sitting on the couch and watching Netflix every night, I'm going to take an hour to work my business instead. Because if I know that if I do this consistently, I will change my life or I will change our life. So get your family and your partner and everyone in your life, get them on board to what you are doing. Because if you want them to take your business seriously, you have to take your business seriously. And you're welcome to steal what I do with this whole action here that we're talking about. If you want to use, a bookmark of your affirmations for your journal or your planner, so you see it every single time you sit down before you get into action in your business, you're getting yourself in the right mindset. We are acting as if it's already happened. And I want you to actually do these assignments. I want you to start taking action now. And listen, we are only scratching the surface here, but I'm telling you, these are the foundational steps to success. You cannot take action from a crappy mindset or a lack mindset or not having belief. You're not going to get very far. I can promise you that. We didn't even dive in yet to some of the juicy stuff around like your niche, your target audience, your strategy, your customer journey, digging into all the amazing resources we have here to help you develop yourself and grow your business and all the nitty-gritty. But this is the important work that we need to do to get started. So I want you to do this in your journal or on your Trello board. Think about your vision, your goals, and get those aligned affirmation statements so that you can focus on being that higher version of yourself. And then make a list of those things that you need to be doing, right? The skills, the strategies, Like, what is that higher version of yourself doing? And and really like thinking about too, like, don't you want to have an organization, a business that is full of people who you want to be around? Like, isn't that at the end of the day, isn't that what you want? You want people who are coachable. You want people who are excited, who have a big vision, who dream just like you do. Don't you want to be surrounded by people who are like, wow, we are so aligned. We are building a team. We are doing this together. We are creating that financial freedom and time freedom and flexibility in our lives, right? Don't you want that? So maybe not, maybe I'm crazy. No. So what I want you to do is go ahead and do this quick assignment. I want you to stay committed to it. And I promise you, it will transform you and your business.